In the Meac, Sonia Stills is a pioneer. She's the first black woman commissioner of a Division I college sports conference. Here's what she told me about her journey.
What it's like to become the first female commissioner in Meac and Hbcu Division I history, this episode in history, and what it's like for you personally to be that type of trailblazer.
Wow. It's humbling. People keep saying that, and of course, historic, and I lean on the women who have been in my path, who helped me along the way. I look at Joel Long, who was my first boss, and after I graduated with my master's as the assistant dean of women at Hampton, and how she shaped me. Because of course, I went to Old Dominion University. I'm a proud Monarch, and loved it there. But going to Hampton, when you go from a PWI to a HBCU is a little culture shock, and her molding me into that, showing me the culture of being at a HBCU was very important. I look at Mindy Sofer, who was my my supervisor in my internship at Old Dominion University, and how if it wasn't for her changing jobs from student activities to athletics, academic support, my journey would never have started.
All right, thank you, Commissioner-elect Stills. Finally, it's time for our B&C King of the Hill. He is a 3-time NFL Most Valuable Player, a 9-time Pro Bowler. He led the NFL in rushing 8 times, folks. Jim Brown, the Hall of Fame running back, is our B&C King of the Hill. James Nathaniel Brown was born February 17th, 1936 in St. Simon's Island, Georgia. He was an All-American running back as a student athlete at Syracuse. Jim Brown was selected first round, 6th pick overall back in the 1957 NFL Draft. He's a 5-time NFL touchdowns leader. Brown is also on the NFL 100th anniversary all-time team. He helped lead the Cleveland Browns, to the 1964 NFL championship. Jim Brown also became a Hollywood actor, and Jim Brown, the great football player turned Hollywood actor and an activist for African Americans and all human beings, is our B&C King of the Hill.
James, I'm trying to think back to what movies he was in that I saw.
He was an actor way back in the day, and we'd have to look that up again for you. But he was in a film with Raquel Welch back in the days. He walked away from football after being an all-star after 9 seasons, walked right into Hollywood, and they said, "Hey, how are you? Hey, sign this. Here's a contract. Let's get a camera in front of you." And he went on to become an activist as he talks about the treatment of African Americans and making sure that all human beings are created and treated correctly. And when you see him, you'll see an older gentleman with a green hat with red and black on it, kind of the red, black, and green thing he has going on. So he is definitely an interesting human being. I actually had an opportunity to listen to him speak once out in Los Angeles, and he's a smooth operator.